Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Golgari Dragons. Golgari because it is black and green. Dragons because there be dragons here, yo. All right, if this sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, current month cover model on Buns of Steel magazine, Dr. You Can't Suck It. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. You Can't Suck It. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by Elrond100, called Golgari Dragons. Not the most inventive name in the world, but definitely is a good indicator of what we're playing with today. It's a dragon deck, this is Tarkir. You're bound to see a bunch of dragons, and this is probably my first foray into dragon lore within the Dragonstorm arena here. It's cool. There's some stuff, and they've got good utility. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how it should work, and then we're going to go out and we're going to crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here today? We got -3/-3 to a target creature. Mana, go get a mana. This guy's a mana ramper himself. This destroys target artifact or enchantment for 2. Anything that's not a land for 4. This guy, you choose a type, and all those types, so basically he's a lord of anything. And he becomes a whatever it is you pick. So he becomes like, what, a 3/3 then? Cool. This will help dragons when they come into play. They get additional Popo counter on it and mana. So you can see we got some mana ramp going on. When this thing drops out, you get to draw a card. Whenever you pay for something that's 5 or greater mana-wise, you get another card. So you got a little bit of card draw. This guy will not draw you a card because he only costs 4 to put out. But you can also pay his other ability to like wipe the board to a certain degree if you got the mana for it. Roaming Throne. If a ability of whatever you choose would trigger once, it triggers a second time. And so therefore you probably pick Dragon or something to that effect. The Aetherspark is a Planeswalker artifact. Weird ass. And you put it onto something. And it gets +1 on that creature. That's it. But then whenever it does damage to, whenever a crypt deals combat damage to a player, then you may put that many loyalty counters on the Aetherspark. -5 gets you 2 cards. -10 gets you 10 mana of any one color. Overlord will let you go looking for stuff. And you can put it into your hand, so it helps you find the dragons. This dragon destroys target artifact or enchantment, or you can destroy a target creature with power 3 or less. This guy, whenever this dragon or another dragon enters, you gain 3 life. Those abilities, if you happen to have the, the Roaming Throne out, will trigger twice, which is super cool. This guy will help you find lands if you need it. This guy will make lands. Chimil will, at the end of your step, discover 5, which means you get to go something that costs 5 or less. I think is a permanent is what we're looking for. That's pretty much everything from this column to the left. Virtue of Persistence does -3/-3 to something you gain 2 life. And it's a full adventure, so you can cast it later on for 7 to pull back creatures from your graveyard at the beginning of, 1 at the beginning of every one of your upkeep. And with these guys, they have enter the battlefield effects, which will be fantastic. Ugin, whenever it comes into play, you get rid of a colorless, You exit 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. There you go. And whenever you drop something that's colorless, you do the same thing. So he starts eliminating things with color, which is pretty much 90% of the stuff you're going to be going after. For +2, you get draw a card and gain 3 life. That is fantastic. For 0, you get 3 colorless mana. You can cast on anything. And for -11, you can search for any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, put them out for free, which would to you be Chimil, Roaming Throne, Aetherspark, Dragon Cube, and Adaptive Automaton. When those things do drop, then his ability says you get to exile 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. So that's destroying stuff, which is fantastic. We got a nice collection of lands. This one here will make it so they can't counter dragons if you decide to do that, which is great. And other than that, we just got lands. All right, so what are we going to do with this deck? We're going to ramp. We're going to control the early board a little bit, and then eventually we'll start using the effects of our dragons to just rip people's stuff apart. We're going to get rid of their artifacts and enchantments, maybe start destroying their non-land permanents, wiping the board a little bit, but then we'll be coming at them with a bunch of big flying lizard dudes. And that's it. That's how awesome this deck gets. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sheoldred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush your enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear lamentations of the women. All right, up and against nigemizu. Let's show them what we're playing. We'll double up on the dragon warning right there. Okay, losing all that. Pop. I remember when I didn't know that trick. You don't technically, it says you have to target something. You don't. You just have to activate it and say select 0. I remember we used to hold back forever on that and never play it. It took us a while to learn how to do that. It wasn't just me, it was other people. Wait, which one's that? Oh, that's the wrong one. Yep, I got the green ones confused. He's destroying lands, huh? Nutty. There we go. Spank you around a little bit, and it's gone. Is that forever? It's an ability. It's forever. I can't do anything about it. Hubert, you're going the wrong way. Here you go. There's Maynard John. It's clockwise. That's the way you're supposed to be going. What do I got? 6. There's 7. We can start doing virtual persistence, which is great. All right, let's see what he does here. All right, gone. Oh, it's Billy's gone too. That's good. All right, he's at 7. I'm at 23. Still get that virtue out. He's up there playing counter spells like a space turkey. He loves that card. Can I just win? If I were to attack him with the 4/4, he could block it. Just drop this. You counterspell it. That's not good. Let's up the Beanstalk. We'll just wait. I mean, we can start playing things like crazy out of our graveyard. I just, with Virtue Persistence. That's a weird pull. You got protection. Let's see, do I got 7? Hopefully I got the full meal deal there. Nope, we'll wait. All right, now I got to take some damage. Hopefully he doesn't have the ability to get rid of the virtue. We bring him back now. Who's the biggest butt? Sky. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should got enough to put another guy out. Do it. And we win. And we win. Suck it, suckerfish. In your stinky face. All right, playing against mtgswt. mtgswt. Let's see. Let's put out Llanowar Elves. That'll be fine. Are we playing against Golgari for a 3rd time in a row? Yep, apparently so. Funny part is I don't have any dragons to play. Nothing at all. I think I take this guy out. Done. All right, there's me clearing the early board. Technically, I got 5 right now. And out. Let's see what we can grab. Maybe something dragon-y. You're a very good boy. We could do up to -4, no problem. I could take out the Warden with the Caustic Exhale, too. Now I can't. Gone. Let's take it in for 1. Yeah, well, here we go. Get him! Man, I don't know. Overlord might be too much for me. Let's try Ugin. What can we do with Ugin? I just played it in a artifact deck. That was pretty kick-ass. But this deck? I don't know. Not to mention I'm dropping cards like crazy. Maybe we just won't attack with the Overlord. How many do I got? 35. Let's just go for it. It's fine. All right, hold off. We'll see what he's going to put out this turn. As a board wipe, I will not be happy. It's funny, all my guys are pretty equally awesome. Nothing I could do, just sit here and take it. He's up to 12. One, 2. Welcome back, my friend. Let's blow some taco stands out of the water. And again, one of my favorite dragons, Scavenger Regent. Got to remember that. I got 2 guys flying. He can't seem to do anything about. And we win. Winner, winner, victory dinner. All right, we're playing against Katsun. Castun. All right, there we go. Castun. Keep. Anything I do for one? Let's do this. Let's go get something. Basic land. Oh, I'm going to get a black. All right, 2. Let's start the countdown clock. All right, if we do this, we go ahead and put out the Dragonstorm Globe. So that's 4 mana. All right, that's just Space Lame, so we'll get rid of that. Drag on. Let's go and kill some enchantments, as one does. Tick, tick, tick. You can do all the above. Draw a card. Ooh, cool. Unfortunately, I don't have the mana for that. We'll put this guy out. Man might be a good idea. Let's just let it go for now. What does that thing do? Gain life equal to speed. Pop for 5. And there's our boy. The question is, are we going to see a board wipe now? Yoink. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish! Suck it! Alright, playing against Axau 05. Axau 5, the Feverent. Get it before the goblin pops. Green gets us into an elf. All right, 2. Let's talk it up. All right, there's only 3 to put out. We can do that guy next turn potentially. We draw again. Get him. All right, this goes good planes. That's fine. What are you playing against me here, pal? That's a lot of underground monasteries back to back. If I was this guy, I would have... He needs another white. That's not white, is it? There you go. Here comes the board wipe. Ah, there we go. Ooh, I'm looking forward. Dropping this guy next turn. Three in a row. Sure, that's cool. If he's going to be playing a heavy time artifact, that's a really great draw for us. Gone. All right, down to 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. got the 2 mana. You can try to do it. I'll just destroy another one. Problem is you can go get another one. No thanks, we're fine. Let's drop this again. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish! In your stinky face. I'm playing against Bill the Cat. The singer of Death Tongue. Keep. Oh, we got to turn off the dragon. Those guys are... That's a poop dragon, by the way. All right, we can do the automaton on our next turn. Blooming Marsh is great. Let's go full dragon there. I guess that's fine. All right, go give me something good to eat. Yeah, I need 5. These guys are slow, unfortunately. We only have 4 out the moment. We gotta pull a fast land. We get a dragon out. That is going to do it. He's just gonna take it, huh? All right, good for you. All right, Archangel Tie is not necessarily the greatest thing in the world for us. We'll put out another dragon. How do I not have it? Dang it! Somehow I lost a mana from something. All right, we're just gonna have to let it go. What do you do? That's really bad. Hopefully I get something with a little control here. That is not it. Let's pass on land for the moment. All right, so if he comes now, let's just say no tax. We're going to play defense like a sucker. The dragon's holding everything back. All that life gain, that's probably more than I can handle. Do I have board wipe at all? Does not look like it. All right, gone. Let's dragon up. And we're good. You should just come at me, brah. I mean, you're gonna lose guys, but you got a lot of guys up there that are gonna remain. I'll take out Lyra. You just stand back there, putting your thumb up your butt. You're not gonna get very far. That's not good. He's getting a lot of babies for that one. All right, that was gone. Let's see what else we can do here. Mana. How fantastic. Those guys are a little hardcore. All right, can I wipe this guy out with these, the angels? Probably. I got guys that are all 5s. I'll leave one of them left behind on his side. No, I'll get it back. That'd be fine. That's the guy I got to watch out for. That's a problem. One, two, three, four. Welcome back, my friend. And we win. Suck it, angels. In your angelic faces. Victory. All right, here we are. We're playing with Golgari Dragons. It was good. It was a good deck. What I liked about the Golgari Dragons is they had a lot of utility, right? We got the Regent, which does like a pseudo board wipe, and you can kind of tune it to be underneath what your guys' butts are capable of handling. You got this guy, which destroys target artifact enchantment. Very good. Life gain. And so therefore, when you're dropping these guys, you were able to get a lot of utility out of those guys. What was also nice is Ugin, despite the fact this is not a colorless deck, there was a bunch of colorless guys there between what? Roaming Thone, Aetherspark, Dragonstorm Globe, Chimil, that if we're popping those things out, we'd just be able to start just pegging things off, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, while dropping them out because of his ability to says that you exile whenever you put a colorless thing into play. I mean, it's not too many. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all singletons. But, I mean, that's enough to win a game, really. The Overlord was definitely pulling up dragons like all the time. Oh, that's one's colorless as well, isn't it? So we got more. 2 more up there. A little bit of mana ramp at the beginning. What cards did I find the most useless? I think Aetherspark is better than probably what I thought it was. It's probably better. I just, sure, I could draw cards with it or whatever, but, and it could get big. I guess -10 gives you 10 mana of any one color, but what am I going to do with all of that mana? Nothing really. Caustic Exhale was a little weird. It was all right. I mean, I still think maybe it was a cutout does a better job than this card. So what, man? It does -3, -3. I'd rather just kill something that's, a 2/3 or something directly without having to pay the extra mana for it. But we're playing with new cards because, it's Tarkir or Dragonstorm, and we got to play with new cards to see how they work. Altogether, though, yeah, the utility of the dragons and where this was really at. We had also, I thought the Virtue Persistence was fantastic as far as being able to bring those dudes back. Chimil pretty much is a Virtue Persistence unto itself. So fantastic. It was a nice utility deck. Very, Golgari in its scope. All right, so let's get down to it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? To me, it was Scavenger Regent. It's because of his ability to do the board wipe. That was it. It was giving me the control. And if I didn't need the control, I could have a 4/4 flying dragon, and that was great. So I thought the costing was good. I thought it was a great card. I like the fact that the only problem is it doesn't go in the graveyard. When it's done, it goes back into my library. So I'd have to use something like Chimil to find it, kind of. Still decent card. I'm going to give it to you. So you're going to be my MVP. I was most impressed by you throughout this whole thing. So congratulations. Dragons sitting on a horde of skulls and armor. You're going to Disneyland. Skinny little jerk. You look like a snake with twigs sticking out of you. All right, let's see. Number 2, was this deck competitive? I end up getting let's check the thing here, 71% win rate. So yeah, it was a competitive deck. It felt very Platinum Mythic level to me. So yeah, I think you could play it. I think you could do very well with it. Can you climb the ladder? Sure. I mean, is it A level? No. But is it a good deck to play with? Yeah, absolutely it is. Number 2, was this deck fun? Yes, it was fun. I mean, it's not as aggro as I appreciate. Things going on early, we're okay. But, you know, it's mana ramp is really what we're looking there with just the tiniest breath of control cooked into it. Once you start getting your dragons rocking, it gets a lot better. So it's more of a late game deck than an early game deck. And to me, it's not as fun as it could be. Still, it was a good deck to play. I appreciated it. Was this deck interesting? Yeah, it was a dragon deck. It was Golgari, and it did very Golgari things with dragons. So I gotta say I appreciate it. Seeing Ugin in there, that weirded me out big time. But I guess it's really hard to turn down Ugin. Ugin is a great card. Costs you 7 to put out. We don't have any better ways to put it out either. But still, it was probably worth it. All right, so there you go. We got those 3 things. Let's qualify them up again. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yeah. Was this deck interesting? Yes, it was. Therefore, I'm going to give this deck an A+. A+. Which means that by federal law, I am required to say this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.